Joining me today in the studio is Mr. Constantinos Michalos, President of Athens Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as Deputy President of Euro Chambers. Mr. Michalos, let's start with the economic developments, the economic state of play now. There is optimism that Greece will basically exit the bailouts in August. But the crucial question is, what is next?
One thing is for certain, we can't go back to old habits. We need to veer in a different direction. We, as the Chambers of Commerce and Industry in Greece, have pointed out to the entire political system, both government and the opposition parties, what exactly we need to do in terms of following a growth path, which obviously we hadn't followed until 2009. So what is evident is that we need to follow a productive mode as far as the Greek economy is concerned, not after August, but as of tomorrow. We need to change the mentality, we need to change the economic mixture that we're following.
Commissioner Pierre Moscovici, together with agrees with the Greek government that Greece needs to have its own a growth plan that is owned by the country itself. Do you agree with this approach?
Absolutely. This is the approach that I have been trying to put forward since 2010. Of course, we needed a plan. We needed an austerity plan for Greece, but it should have been an austerity plan that was designed by the Greeks for the Greeks. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We had the admission by the European officials 3 or 4 years later that it was the wrong mixture of economic policy that Greece had to follow throughout the austerity period. And I think it was exactly this wrong mixture of economic policy that was being dictated to Greece that has delayed the exit from the crisis. So this is a golden opportunity now for us to design and proceed with an economic policy, a growth plan that incorporates all the positive elements that the Greek economy has so that we can see immediate results.
However, do you think that this plan, this growth plan, should be approved by the opposition parties as well? I'm asking this question because the political situation in Greece is highly polarized right now.
I have often said that this is not a party political crisis that we're facing in Greece. This is a national issue. It's the most important national issue that we have had to face since the end of the Second World War. And therefore, you need to have conversion, you need to have cooperation at all levels, and primarily at the political system. Just imagine that you are trying to convince your lenders, prospective investors, that you're going to follow a particular growth plan that maybe after a year and a half, when we will have national elections, this will be reversed. Obviously, that doesn't provide for the necessary level of confidence that you need in your economy, in your country.
I will insist on that. Do you see the opposition parties ready to take this leap?
To be quite honest, as a business leader in Greece and a representative of the business community, I simply don't care if they want or not. They have to. This is national necessity, and they have to understand that.
I was pretty clear. Let me go to another issue now. The much-awaited negotiations regarding the Macedonian name dispute.
Obviously, as business community in Greece, but as Euro Chambers as well, we're very much in favor of this enlargement for the benefit of both these countries, but also the European Union. However, what I did point out to Commissioner Hahn is that in terms of the issues involving FYROM, which is one of the 6 countries, the EU needs to respect fully the case that has been put forward by the Greek government, which of course we fully support as business community. It needs to be a combined name. Both FYROM and Greece have a lot to gain by finding a common solution. And I'm sure that in the next few months we will be able to find the solution. The naming of FYROM could be the first opportunity for the political system in Greece to be able to finally collaborate to a level that we expect as as representatives of the business community, but society in general?
Novartis scandal, alleged scandal. You know, it's the hot potato right now in Greek politics. Yesterday, the Greek parliament decided to establish a special committee to investigate the role of politicians who are involved in the case file. How did you see the discussion yesterday in the parliament?
Well, before I answer how I saw the discussion, let's not hide behind our fingers. Do we have a scandal or not? The answer is yes. This is an imported scandal because it was the American Justice Department, it was the US government, it was the FBI who discovered the mother company with a number of wrongdoings. There have been alleged financial crimes taking place in Greece. They have pointed out 10 particular names, political names, heavy political names, I would say, and this was the reason for this marathon discussion that took place in Greek parliament yesterday. You know, we have seen scandals or discussion about scandals in the past, and in better periods financially for Greece, there wasn't very much social attention to these discussions. However, in this particular case, there will be, or can be, a social eruption. I can sense from society, but from also the business community, that people are extremely angry with the fact that there are allegations about a specific time period between 2010 and 2014, during which pensions were being lowered, the unemployment level was rising, businesses were shutting down. We had, until 2014, 225,000 small and medium-sized enterprises locking up. And during that time, there are allegations that some people, political personnel or pharmaceutical companies or even doctors, were having a party. I do hope that this investigative committee that was decided yesterday will act very quickly. We will see the results. We will be able to pinpoint who is responsible, because otherwise I think that the poisoning of the political system in Greece is not going to be a positive element that we do need to have peace and convergence, as I said, and above all cooperation. There is such a risk. In order for someone to sue someone who makes certain accusations towards you, I can understand. For a former prime minister to sue the current prime minister, again, that raises certain question marks. But to address yourself by suing the representatives of justice in Greece, independent justice in Greece, well, that creates even more question marks.